Hi, everyone. Mitch from BigDogs.com here with Chris and Jay. I wasn't even sure we were live, but we are live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Of course, giving free picks on this show. Our best bets, always our premium picks. Use that code PICK, get 15% off. It's Christmas in July. It is the final week of Christmas in July. This is usually when the action happens, when most people's packages renew and all that sort of thing. So take advantage of it once July is gone. So are these packages, but of course, if you have a payday thing or something like that, shoot me an email. I always work with everybody, but what I don't work with is, oh, I missed it. It's August 17th, and I want the yearly package at that price. That we don't do. But anyways, I'm sure, people will complain about that. They're more important than our other customers somehow. Anyways, Monday over here, so it means I'm always in my Monday mood. Just put a smile on and just pretend everything's going well. But Chris, how's it going? How's the weekend?
And the weekend was all right. Somehow snuck out a winning day yesterday, but just was mostly just outside doing some gardening, getting my green thumb on, and using the barbecue. So it's a good weekend. Had a lot of fun.
Jay, how's your weekend? Good one?
Yeah, it was a good weekend. I was in the gym. I got me some buckets up yesterday afternoon, so that was fun with some of the guys, and it was a pretty chill weekend. I bounced back yesterday after the terrible Saturday, so that was cool too.
That's always good.
Yeah. So it was good chill weekend for me.
So me, I was out to dinner with some friends last night, and we went to get some pizza and some just Italian food, some food to share at the table, chicken parm and some eggplant stuff. And they asked me how the pizza was, and I told them that I felt the cheese to sauce ratio was a little out of balance, that it was just too heavy on the cheese, not enough sauce. And I'll just say, at the end of the meal, they didn't ask me how everything was. They were ready for me to leave. It's like, why ask if you don't want to hear the answer? It was, man. It's like, you ever get a pizza where they just hammered it with cheese? It's like, I like margarita pizza because it's just a few shots of like buffalo mozzarella with big patches of sauce. I like a good sauce. I don't like it like just bombed with freaking cheese. You're not doing me any favors, man. It's not my thing.
Yeah, I will say, since we moved to our new place a couple years ago, I've definitely been a top 3% customer at a couple different Uber Eats restaurants, just based on pizza. Found some good pizza places around here, but
Do you get
yeah, I can
rewards
definitely
points
understand.
on that? You get rewards points on Uber Eats?
No, it's just like Brian Bitler's journalism award. You just get like a shiny star sticker on your on your Uber Eats. You don't really get anything for it unless you're with the restaurant directly or something like that. I don't know.
I once looked at my Uber rating, and I gotta say, it wasn't as good as I thought it would be. Because I'm
It
a
never
really good
is.
tipper, man. But I thought, how am I not a 5.0 Uber?
Well, that's what I thought. And then I saw I had like a 4.81, and I'm like, what?
Yeah. It's like, wow, man. That's cold. That's some cold shit. Well, I know is I'll be Ubering it in Vegas there 3 times in the next month. So I'll be stacking up that Uber account. Anyways, anyone going to the fight, be sure to hit me up. We'll hook up and hang out, watch some games on Saturday during the day or Friday night or whatever. Whatever you guys want to do. Throw some dice, get some hookers, whatever you guys.
All of the above. No, I'm playing.
Chris, everyone gets the happy ending. All right. Well, let's get to the games. We're at that. Well, we got one more minute that I like to kill. I usually like to kill 5 minutes at the beginning of the show. Well, today's show, we're going to do polling on the games, something we talked about last week, polling of the games. And then we're also going to do our parlay drawing. Now, the way it's also going to work, I just thought about this. If nobody hits their parlay, we will just randomly pick one person to get a prize. We don't have a lot of stuff in stock, but we'll get more. I like Spence. We'll do a fight video and fight shows and stuff. I'll do that in the next day or two. Maybe we'll do it instead of one of the football shows. We'll do a fight show. I like Spence in the fight. He's just a bigger guy. I know Crawford knocks a lot of guys out. A lot of times that power evaporates when you move up.
want my guy, the boxing guru Wayne in too.
I think that I think when you have a guy like Spence who's fighting, this is probably his last fight at 147, win or lose. That usually means he's going to enter the ring in 180, while Crawford I think is going to be in the 155, 160 range. Spence will be significantly bigger. So while it's not always big guy beats little guy, that's certainly not always the case. But usually when you get into the really good guys that are in their prime, good big guy beats good little guy most of the time. Not always. Anyway, speaking about big guy, little guy, we got the Tigers taking on the Giants. And, this is a makeup game. And sometimes you see these games and you say, did they really need to make it up? I mean, the Giants have been so bad, but they've been on the road for a long time now, right? I mean, they haven't been. So it turns out it's all the AL West, the NL West teams. It took me like forever to figure this out. It's like I'm the guy that leaves the movie, and after the movie, I'm like, oh, that's what that guy. Oh, what's that guy, right? But it's like now I figured it out. It's 4 of the NL West teams that were all these road teams. Padres, Dodgers, Giants, and D-backs were the ones that have been on the road since the All-Star break. So the Giants now playing their 10th game in a row on the road, and it has been a lousy road trip. But the thing is, they had played so well before this, they're still in the wild card. Even with through all of that, now they get to go back home after this one with the early start. And we all know the Giants on the comeback home game on a night game is a different story than the comeback home game off the day game. But anyways, Tarek Skubal on the mound. A lot of people were super high on him last time out after he had looked impressive in the only outing that he had this season. And then he comes out last game, and someone got Skubbled. He left the ball over the plate, and when he does that, he always gets hammered. Chris, you're up first.
All right. Well, I'm going to take the Detroit Tigers here behind Tariq Skubal. The Giants just not hitting lefties all that well right now since the All-Star break. 27th in team OPS against lefties with 4th highest amount of plate appearances. So it's not like it's just a small sample size. And I like what I've seen from Skubal outside of that last start. I think there is a lot more upside for Tariq Skubal the rest of the way. I just didn't like how the Giants looked against Washington, so I'm going to go with the Detroit Tigers here at home.
Do you actually believe like what you say when you say I really like the upside of Skubal?
I do.
Are you just saying such shit to blow shit up our ass on a Monday? Because it's like it doesn't sound believable.
I know it doesn't, but I do like. I think Tariq Skubal has a lot of upside.
Oh God, I forgot to mention this. One of my Facebook friends says does one of those posts, to try and get engagement. What do you think about swearing? I just really need to know. It's like none of your fucking business. That's what I think.
So, a couple things. The line on the screen is wrong. It is Tigers minus 140, and it is Giants plus 150.
Yeah, it inverted. This line inverted. So this
Correct.
line's wrong. Yep.
I'm just reading some comments.
Oh, it's all good.
And the poll is live, so let me know what y'all think about this game in the poll, in the chat. All right, Tigers, Giants.
It's not showing up in the comments. All right.
I see it.
I know it doesn't show up on my screen once.
Oh, it doesn't show up for yours.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm leaning Tigers in this one as well. It's a small lean for me. I'm kind of with Chris. I like Skubal's upside, but he got cranked in that last one against the Royals of all teams. 4 innings, 8 hits, 7 earned. 7 earned against the Royals? I don't know. Which Skubal are we going to see? Are we going to see the one we saw in the first 2 games against Oakland and Toronto, the 4 innings scoreless? Or is he more so the guy in Kansas City? And I want to see it again. So I lean Tigers in this spot. The Giants have cooled off a little bit. They aren't that same team that they were completely dominating on the road. Now they've lost 5 straight road games. I'm leaning in the direction of the Tigers on the money line in this one. I want to see Skubal in action at least one more time to have a better database on what he got going on.
I'm taking the Giants, man. I'm not scoobling at home on this thing. Um, I'm rolling with the I'm rolling with the Giants. I said this about Stripling a lot, and I'm adding the fan poll to the bottom thing. That's what I'm doing. All right, but so I've said this about Stripling a lot. He's just in there to fill a spot, but Scooble they actually have like they believe in him. He sucks, man. You guys know that. I mean, you know better than this. It's like there's no way I'm laying odds on Scooble. I don't care. The Giants are a playoff team.
What's up with
Take
this little road thing they got going on? They just got swept by the Nationals. The Nationals.
so what?
Ain't
I
no
think
so.
the Nationals have been hot.
They've been
Good.
playing good baseball, but that's the first sweep the Nationals have had in the last 2 years. The Nationals just swept the Giants. I don't want to touch them, even with Scooble on the mound. Sorry.
All right. So the fan poll says 57% for the Tigers. We're gonna put that in. I think that so this is our first day doing the fan poll. I know in our the program we use for the software, there's a way to bring the fan poll in. I just thought it automatically would show up in the comments, but that didn't happen. But that's okay. I think if we end the poll, maybe that would do it.
Yeah, I can end it now that it's.
So it's 60-40 actually. I'll change it. See what happens if you end it.
I ended it.
Doesn't show up.
You see it in the comments. It says the who wins.
Yeah. Oh, I see it there, but it doesn't show up in my comments that I can show on the screen.
Oh, okay.
So that's all I'm looking at. I wanted to show it on the screen. I think there's a way to do it in our program. There's got to be a way to. I just need to find it. There's a way to integrate because it's kind of like a different module inside the comments. We're all working this together, so we'll figure it out. We always do. But I put it in the bottom stream exactly how it ended up. We go to our second game, so we're all on the Giants there. We're all in agreement. I like Jock Peterson did a home run off Scooble specifically, not just a home run in the game. I like specifically off Scooble. Phillies up against the Orioles, Jay, in this one. I don't think you see more of a public dog than this. This is like it looks to everybody, from just flipping the pages through the book, and if you're just looking at the games, I would say Orioles. Just without even any odds at all on the game, I would have it as Orioles. But here the Phillies are favored. I believe the odds are dropping a little bit because of the public money hitting the Orioles so big at this number. I like the Orioles in this game, but man, Jay, what do you think?
This is another tough one, man. This is a tough Monday for me. I'm gonna lean in the direction of the Phillies though at home. The O's, man, I just think it took a lot out of them what they've been doing lately. Yes, they're on an amazing little run, but man, Marlins, Dodgers, Tampa, and they pressed in those series, and we're on the road in Tampa. That took a lot out of them, man. They had to go get that series, and now they're in first place. I think today is the day we kind of see them peel back a little bit, and I think the Phillies, a team still in a pretty good race. I'm gonna lean on them in this spot. Christopher Sanchez, he's not one of my guys. He's lost 4 of his last 5, but I just think this is one of the games where the starters are not going to be what determines it. I think this one's probably going to be one late, and I'm going to lean Phillies on the money line in this one. Poll going up.
Oh, you're putting it up, all right.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Phillies also. I was on the Orioles originally, and that's who I was going to actually put in as a premium pick. And to me, the more I look at it, the more something stinks here. So I'm going to go with the Phillies just based upon my sniffer smells something, man, and it ain't pretty. So I tell you, I'm not a Sanchez guy. Most people know I'm not a Phillies guy either. I'm nothing in this thing, but I like the Orioles better. But I got to go Phillies here because I smell a rat. It smells like Chris Ruffolo.
I still smell the Orioles here. I don't care. I'm not backing Christopher Sanchez. The Orioles are still hitting lefties really well out of the All-Star break. The Phillies not hitting righties all that well. The Orioles just keep finding ways to win with Dean Kramer on the mound. Most profitable pitcher in baseball. The Orioles, most profitable road team in baseball. I know it seems like a public dog, but I still think the Orioles are just the better team here. So I'm going to take the Orioles in this one.
81% in the comments on the Orioles. In the fan poll. 78%. 78%.
Do y'all want me to add over under as two options on there as well?
Let's just go with this one for today, and then we'll go back. We'll get it right. I mean, everything's always a work in progress. You know, we got it. Now next we'll figure out how to get it on the board, and then from there we can.
Sounds good.
1 vote per person. No ballot stuffing.
No double dipping.
Chicago people. I'm trying to understand the handicapping. How are the Giants and the Phillies the picks? This guy, it's like basically, I read your comments in the YouTube. Basically, if he doesn't agree with your comments, it doesn't make any sense. If he doesn't agree with your pick, it doesn't make any sense at all. So you must win them all. I'd love to hear your picks and hear your reasoning. I'm not like being, argumentative, condescending, none of those things. Taking the poll thing from the sauce. I got news for you, buddy. Every other show out there is just a copy of us. We were the first ones to do free picks on every game, every day on the internet, on sports betting. And when it comes to live shows, we were also the first ones to do live shows. Well, actually, Wager Talk did live shows before us, but I did live shows at my other site before they did. So, the poll. No, the poll said Orioles. The poll said Orioles. The poll said Orioles. So you said here, how are the Giants and Phillies the picks? And then I said the poll. So YouTube didn't have polling for live shows before somebody else had it. I don't understand the comment. We're the right? It's like I think YouTube had this option, right? It's not we didn't create it. Nobody else created it. It's the option that's standard out of the box, right?
Yep. It is what it is, man. I just want to be more. I just want to engage with y'all more.
Yeah. If you guys want us to just be dismissive of you, I can do that too. Most people know that. I don't know. Whatever.
Let's get it.
I just hate when people say we're copying other people. When it's like they're all just a copy of us, man. But it does bother me because I take pride in what we do, and that's why. It's not like being argumentative with you or whatever. I just take pride in what we do, and I just wanted to hear I want to know the logic. But if you think that taking a feature that's part of YouTube and using it as copying somebody, well, believe me, there's how many YouTube people out there? I'm going to guess that if YouTube has the feature, well, they maybe used it and we didn't use it, but they certainly didn't use it first. That's for damn sure. I can guarantee you that. Anyways, whatever. Jay's on Sauce's show. That's the only time that's super popular, I think. I don't know. It's the only time I ever look at it. Nationals, Rockies. It's Monday, man. Don't even get me going. Really, man. It's bad. It's like we're going right down a rabbit hole. I freaking see it, right? It's like I can already see it. It's like because I'm gonna say things that I don't really mean because like actually Sauce is a guy that I like. And it's like any other site you say something, I would just be telling you what a fraud they are and all that stuff. But Sauce, I actually like. We know him personally. We talk. It's not like we don't always agree. That's for damn sure. But I like him, personally. And Jay, of course, likes him. He's on the show. Nationals and the Rockies. Now this is my game. This is crap fest. These are the teams with the worst 2 records in the National League. Do we have a pitcher for the Nationals in this one, Chris?
I was seeing Patrick Corbin.
Oh,
Corbin.
Nationals for me all day. It was Corbin against Gomber originally, and then they moved Gomber back to tomorrow. I like the Nationals in this one. They're playing actually the better baseball of these two teams coming into this, and yeah, why not? You know, it's Corbin's actually been playing a lot better.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Nationals as well. I'm not as big on Patrick Corbin, but the Nationals, like you mentioned earlier, just took it to the San Francisco Giants at home in a battle between two teams that, like you said, are the two worst records in the National League. You can sweep the Giants at home. You sure as heck can beat the Rockies. So I'm going to take the Nationals laying the minus 140.
So when I look at this one, I go back and look at they've played 4 times this year. It's a split series, 2-2. Playing the better baseball right now, the Nationals. They won 3 straight, just swept the Giants at home. And every game was kind of in, deciding fashion, 5-3, 10-1, 6-1. When I look at the starting lineup or the starting pitchers, I lean Corbin over Jake Bird. Like a few of those guys said, Corbin has been pitching better recently. His last game wasn't the best against Chicago, but gave up 3 earned, and then the bullpen came up and got lit up. But I remember watching that game, the Nationals versus Texas, when Corbin was out there dealing. He went 7 innings that game, 5 hits, 1 earned. That was a really good game. I think the Nationals are playing some of their best baseball of the season. I usually will never want to lay odds with this team, but I think that they get this one done today. So I'm going to lean Nationals as well. Money line minus the 140.
So I changed it from fan poll to dog pound. That way we're not copying anybody. We gave out parlays at the end. Other people do that now. Are they copying us? They've never bet a parlay before. It's like, we invented the parlay. Mackenzie Gore invented the Nationals. All right. Oh God, man.
Yeah, the Marlins did get that win yesterday. That was disgusting. I laid that run line. I hate that extra inning rule. I know the game was over once they scored the 1 run, but damn, like they should let the play finish out. Like if another run is going to score in extras, they should let that run score.
Only on the home run.
I know, but I'm saying they should allow the full play to play out.
For what?
My money
to cover
for the people.
If you've got the minus 1.5, but if you got the plus 1.5, no.
the game should end right there.
It's like they go to after the game, right? It's like the game they're celebrating on the field. Jay runs out there. He's doing this. He wants the replay. He's like, this is my ticket.
It's a crew chief review of the ticket.
Nah, for real, man. Damn.
Can you imagine if it was just like rules that could change daily just based on what Jay had on his ticket?
I actually did. That was the first knock-knock game I didn't touch this season. Because it's negative runs and odds. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
That's like, so in NFL, you think they should kick the extra point in overtime if they score the touchdown?
Hey, yeah.
Well, if they go for 2.
Hey, it's too much money on line for that shit.
If you got 6.5 and that game goes to overtime, you're like, you're laughing.
Damn.
Hasn't happened to me often, but
all right. It's one of those days, man. It's rough. Some days, I'm telling you, some days it's really easy to do this stuff. Other days, I'm just being honest. And I'm smiling, but trust me, I ain't smiling. I'm crabby, man. So I almost ripped D Money's head off for asking me why we took the Phillies. It's like, because I took the freaking Phillies, that's why. It's like I go for a walk in the morning. Some days, my wife and I, we get to like a certain point, we just each go our own direction. It's like, that's it. We don't walk together. Oh, man. Let it play out.
If the money line is too high, I'm gonna put the run line in there, guys. So I'm gonna do that on this one.
I won't do run line with negative odds. I will only do it to turn it into a positive thing for me. I actually have a game today that I got stopped out by the book on my Mac, so I have to find another place to do it, and it's not my play of the day. Oddly enough, I see one on the board today. I actually have one game that I really love, and it's not my play of the day. I had to add it as a bonus play because I didn't see it until this morning. In that light. So maybe I'll give it out for free on the show since I'm in such a good mood. Guardians against the Royals. This is not the game.
Yeah, it's not the game for me either. I'm going to lean towards the under 8.5 in this one. Just don't love this price. I would take the Guardians, but I don't love the price with them and having to chase a run line with an inconsistent offense. Shot themselves in the foot in extra innings yesterday. And Ryan Yarbrough actually pitched pretty well against the Guardians earlier on this season. I believe 6 innings, a 1-run ball. So I think this could be the first of 3 wins this game. I like the under 8.5 in this one.
Chris, I'm right there with you, man. That's the way I was going. You took the words right out of my mouth. I don't want to lay a run line with the Guardians, who offense is anemic. It just is. And on the other side, would I take them on the money line? It would probably be in a parlay. I do think they win the game against this awful Royals team. But I don't think the Royals score a lot of runs, and I think that the Guardians probably do what they usually do in this game, probably like 3-1. I think is how this game shakes out. So best play for me in this one, under Royals. Guardians.
Would you take, Chris? Guardians run line?
Under 8.5.
All right. I'm gonna take the Royals. I just think the value's here in order to do it. I don't love this game once again. I really don't like this Logan Allen either. I don't think he's the better of the Logan Allen. I tell you, the Guardians are the team that let me down yesterday. They had a shot. You know, I won my big play and all that other stuff, and I had a winning day too. But I could have had a really nice day if the Guardians – I don't even understand what they're doing. I mean, it's a 4-4 game. You're not allowed to allow 4 runs in extra innings, and then you have the bases loaded and a run in and nobody out, and you don't score another run? Man, is that a pledge pin on your uniform? Man, is that bad? And as I'm taking the Royals, Ryan Yarbrough, he sucks. So this way, it's like if I lose, I'm like, you know what? Pieces of crap anyway. I don't care. But it's like I'm worried.
Royals?
I'm on the Royals.
Money line?
Money line.
Okay.
Straight up. Straight up. Right. This is not the game that I'm talking about that I got stopped out on by the book this morning. It's the next game. It's the next one. What'd the poll say in this one?
They like Guardians laying the 1.5, 66%.
Guardians, I see it. So I'm calling it, not fan poll, I'm calling it dog pound.
Clean. If Guardians win 4-2, then my unders is in good shape. I like Monday. Man,
I hate Monday. The reason why Mondays are always so bad, it's like all the crap that built up over the weekend, now it becomes, all just dumped into one place. So normally Mondays, it's like so many things to do, one on top of the other. Then Tuesday is generally like the day that things start to settle out a little bit. Somehow I messed up the background on this thing on our show. There we go. Straighten that crap out.
Somebody, huh?
Having a bad day. I think this is one of those days you go to bed, you wake up and hopefully it all gets better. All right, here it is. Twins taking on the Mariners. Actually, the line has changed in this one too. I think it's a pick 'em now.
Yeah, it's about. I'm seeing like I put -115 and -105. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I'm showing pick'ems across the board pretty much, but it is what it is. Jay, you're up.
Got my guy Castillo on the mound, man. I'm rolling with the Mariners in this one. We just saw this pitching matchup last week, and the Twins came out victorious. But I just think this one goes the other way. I'm gonna trust Castillo in this spot. I think he has and pitches a gem. He's lost his last 2 starts. It was 6-3 to these Twins the other day. He went 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned. I think today is probably a one earned game for Castillo, maybe none. I'm expecting a bounce back from him, and I think that the Mariners, who offense, has come to play recently. 3 runs, 9 runs, 3 runs, 5 runs for a Mariners offense that's usually kind of anemic. I think they back up Castillo in this spot today. I think they get a few runs off Maeda. And I trust the bullpen more for Seattle in this spot. And I think Seattle wins this game. I'm going to say 4-3, 4-2 Seattle. So give me the Mariners money line in this spot.
I'm all over the Twins in this one. It just looks almost as bad as easy as it gets. I'm all in on this thing. I'm dumping. I'm going to either have a really good bankroll or I'm going to have to restart. But I got stopped out anyway, so I'm going to have something left in there. It just doesn't even make sense, this number, right? Because you got Castillo, who's like, they traded basically half the farm system for last year, just for games like this, right? This is why they got him, is like second half of the season to do it. But as Chris will tell you, since he does those home run prop videos, since that's what he does, they're gaining in popularity. People actually do listen to you, Chris, even though they're not named Mitch. But is odd because Castillo's given up 10 home runs in his last 6 starts. And that is a lot.
Yes,
that is a lot of home runs. When he's giving up home runs, it's always 2 at a time. They come in pairs. Kenta Maeda is like a 5+ ERA, 90-mile-an-hour junk baller. Oh, man, what game was I watching yesterday where the guy said... He goes, they listed on the board now as a sweeper. He's like, I'm 100 games into the season. He goes, I've done 100 games with you this season. I haven't said that word once. He goes, it's a change up, and I don't care what anybody else calls it. It's like, right? Sweeper, they call it now. Right? Have you noticed that this season? They call the change up is now the sweeper.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Maeda has a good change up. And he also has, he can also paint the corners. And he also has top-end velocity in the 89 to 90-mile-an-hour range, which is not very good. To me, you see the line even going the other way in this thing? It's like, oh, man. Somebody knows something, and this is what they know. That the Mariners have played 9 consecutive home games, and here's their first trip on the road in 3 weeks. And the Twins have now settled in. They're nice and cozy at home after getting back home after the 2 road series, now playing the first at home. Just dump it all on the Twins. It's like, why not?
Not for me.
I'm just dumping. It's like I might have to take out a home equity loan, but I don't care, man. It's like,
I'll make so much with them, I'll be able to pay it back the next day.
Or no, I meant to eat for the rest of the month.
Oh.
Or it's gonna be a new Maserati, But this is what I do, and these are the spots. These are the ones. I'm not getting Scoobled.
I'm gonna go with you on the Twins in this one. Stepping on my toes with that home run stat, but hey, I can't disagree with it. It's right there in black and white. 2 home runs allowed in 5 of his last 6 starts. The Twins are one of the best teams in baseball since the All-Star break against righties, especially for power. You're going to see, once you watch the home run prop video after the show, you're going to see quite a few Twins on that list as
I like
well,
Joey Gallo to hit a home run.
he hasn't hit righties well, but I'll spoiler alert. Gallo is one of the guys I really like. I like Alex Kirilloff for a home run too.
Sorry.
So
It's okay. What's up, Jay?
he doesn't like Joey Gallo.
He's hating on our picks.
He's
I'll tell you, it was a piece of crap yesterday. It was Buxton.
I just be hating on him sometimes.
They're moving Buxton like he was the leadoff. Now he's like down to 6. You know, it's like batting 9th. It's like he's headed in that direction. I mean, it's like the Twins were so bad yesterday, and they left like so many runners on base, and then exactly like what always happens, like no outs, bases loaded, they get no runs. First guy up the next inning, first pitch, home run. And they did it twice in a row to him. Eloy Jimenez hit one off him. Anyways, the poll says
62 Twins, 37%.
63%. Wow. 63% for the Twins. I'm surprised. I didn't think I carried that much clout.
As I say every day, man, I don't know about them Twins. They're a 50-50 team, man.
I thought you were going to say, I say it every day. I don't know who's listening to your crap. It's like, that shit goes in this year, goes out this one. It's like my mother telling me to bring a jacket when I go outside at night. It's like,
oh man. Let's see.
All right. What's up next? Oh, we're gonna make it through a Monday show. We're gonna do it. Chris, what do you think of Lionel Messi, his goal?
That was pretty good. It was pretty good. I watched it live, and I'm like, of course he'd come on as a substitute and score in like the last minute of the game. Of course he would.
Of course.
But it was a really nice goal.
Here come the injuries in football. Gardner Johnson gone for the Lions.
Did you see Naheem Hines?
Yep.
Yeah, out for the season.
The way he did it, though, is disgusting. So apparently, Naheem Hines was out somewhere riding jet skis, was sitting stationary on his jet ski, and apparently a friend or somebody that was with him ran into him on their jet ski and blew out his knee while he was just sitting there.
That happens, man. Jason Pierre-Paul, remember? He blew up his hand with fireworks on 4th of July. We've had they used to have the rookie game for the Pro Bowl week on the beach, flag football, and the Patriots had the rookie of the year. It was a running back. What was his name, Chris, the guy? Remember him? He was the rookie of the year running back. He blew out his knee on the sand in the beach. Never played again. It was like, oh, man. They stopped doing that. That was it.
It's going to Robert Edwards. It's going to bug me now.
$300 people live, man. Smash that like button for us, man. Smash that like button, man.
Yeah, it helps us out a ton.
Talking about Mitch, I can't think. I can't think about who you talking about.
Robert Edwards.
Robert Edwards.
Okay.
Reds 21-18 went a road dog, according to Ryan Kintner. But Ryan Kintner. I always like the pictures like that. Like, who takes the picture? What are they, outside of the car? Are you selfieing it? How's that work?
I think that's selfie.
It's a selfie? Or is someone outside the car taking the picture? Like when my niece comes to visit, I let her drive my car. I got to take the picture of her driving the car. It's like, I don't get out of the freaking car, man, with her. Not that much.
Yeah, he said car.
In the car selfie. It's in the car selfie.
He's like the person that sets up the camera. It's like they run back to stand in front of the car, and the camera falls over.
My nephew
No!
goes on a trip with his girlfriend to like Cancun or something, like Mexico City and Cancun. Breaks up with her mid-trip. She's doing too many selfies. It's like they never like got back together. Nothing. That was it. Too many selfies. That's it. They broke up.
I didn't know that was
again.
the story.
Yeah, never spoke again.
Too many selfies.
Too many selfies. Yeah, they're weird, man. Those kids. It's like they didn't let some girl come to their party because they didn't think she would dig the vibe of the music. It wasn't her vibe. It's like, can I bring this person? Nah, it's not really her vibe. The music isn't really her vibe. Man, you guys are. It's like that must be some party. It's like the party. The best parties are the people that bring the plus ones, man. Those are the best. Those people. That's what makes the whole party. The guest, right? The guy that nobody knows.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Nah, music wasn't her vibe. She asked me to put on Taylor Swift at the last one.
I might meet these nephews.
My nephews post all our YouTube videos for us. Okay. It's like as they've gotten older, it's like it becomes more of a production to get this stuff actually done. When they actually needed the money when they were like in college, it was like our videos that were like a priority to them. Now it's like, the pizza guy just got here. It's like, why aren't the videos up at 10:30, man? It's like, pizza guy just got here. Let's watching a replay of Barney Miller.
We'll get him up when we're done.
Yeah, okay. They used to like bring the laptop to dinner with them.
Yeah.
Anyways, the Brewers and the Reds and all those things that he said are true, Ryan, about all that stuff. But also the big true thing here is the Brewers have beaten the crap out of the Reds this season.
Beating the snot out of them all year.
Just beating the crap. Until they can get crashed through, I can't get there. I mean, it really is that simple. It's like, in order to be the man, you got to beat the man and all that other whatever. Well, they ain't beating nobody. They just got swept at home coming out of the break, by the same Brewers team. And we don't even know Reyes' first name. We just make it up. We go along, but it doesn't matter. Chris is like, there's two Reyes.
Best part is just because I saw it in the article too. Article.
What else?
It's like Colin Ray shows up to the ballpark with a mustache. I am the new signing, Carlos Ray.
Whatever it takes, man.
Yeah, whatever you got to do.
That's hilarious.
I'm gonna go with the over 9 here. I do lean towards the Brewers at home, but I think the over the better play here. Graham Ashcraft an 8.04 ERA in his last 5 starts against the Brewers. The Brewers playing some solid baseball right now. Colin Rea, and he's given up 8 runs in his last 2 starts against the Reds. So I think it's just going to be a high scoring game. Don't think either pitcher factors into the decision here. So I like the over here.
So it's like this is like a week with a lot of internal state games. It's like, shouldn't the Reds be playing the Guardians this week and the Angels should be playing the Dodgers? Because like you got Cubs, White Sox, you got Rangers, Astros, you got Mets, Yankees, you got all sorts of stuff like that going on, and you have Reds, Brewers for like the 6th time in 2 weeks.
Like college football, like rivalry weeks, like where it's like everybody plays each other, or like everybody plays the teams in say Michigan State, and
I saw Aaron's from East Carolina actually signed with somebody that's not East Carolina, with a pro team. 17-year veteran. I think it might be Seattle. The guy I'm talking about, that quarterback, was there? Is that East Carolina?
Holt Nailers.
Yeah.
Did he sign? He went somewhere else?
No, he's on an actual pro team now.
Oh.
Instead of following up on his 19 years at East Carolina. It's just weird because in college, man, a guy starts for 4 years. It's like it's so rare. It just feels like
Yeah,
they're there forever.
he's with the Seahawks now.
Yeah, it was like Russell Wilson, man. I mean, that guy was in college for like, oh, he's so smart. It's like, then why has he been in college for 11 years? You know?
Stetson Bennett was in college for like 8 years.
Yeah. How about the guys that like change from baseball to football? Like Josh Booty. You know? It's like 11 years of college down the drain. You're not all excited about UFC 291. I actually watched the UFC, the last two fights on Saturday from London. And I actually bet on the second to last fight. And I took the underdog and she got her in the armbar. Couldn't even tell you their name. I got Spence by decision as well, or a draw.
Yep. All right, so me, Brew Crew, Reds. I'm gonna go Brew Crew. I'm with Mitch on this one. Until you can beat the man, you know, I don't want to ride with him. This is the Reds. Yes, we got to give them some credit. They're red hot right now. Just swept my Diamondbacks after I proclaimed them as my third team. They got swept, and then they beat up on the Giants as well, all at home. But now they're back on the road facing a team that just has them figured out. And Milwaukee's playing good baseball right now as well. I'm not gonna be too upset at Milwaukee for losing 2 of 3 to Atlanta, arguably the best team in baseball, who needed a bounce back series. So I think the Brewers still playing pretty good baseball, won 3 of their last 5. I think they, like we've said, beat the crap out of the Reds all season. The season series is 8-2, and they're at home in this one with I think the better starter. I know the Reds hot. I love the Reds, man, but I'm rolling with the Brew Crew in this one today.
Dog pound 59-41 Reds.
I'm surprised.
Well, not a lot surprises me anymore. Not on Mondays, that's for damn sure. Like Mike Davis is back from vacation. He's messaging me. He's like, "You don't want me to do the live show anymore?" I'm like, I never said I want to do the live show. It's like, what are you talking about? Where do people come up with this stuff? I think like because I said we're gonna add shows and stuff, and Jay and I are doing the football show, and one of those shows will be a boxing show probably tomorrow, maybe today. We can do today.
Either one's cool with me.
Either one. Crickets. What is that? Mo Aries 54. Crickets. Brewers aren't popular. The poll is growing. Extendo poll. Extend. Jesus is the Lord. Huh. Oh, did Mill say something about my armbar win? Almost plus 200 I got on that thing. Oh, he said that. Yeah, I bet on that prelim to the co-main event. The woman's name from London, like the fights were in London, and the woman was from London, and they go to and they start talking about it. And what's her nickname, Chris? Do you know
Meatball.
Meatball. I'm like, I'm not betting on no freaking Meatball. That's for sure. Meatball's got no chance. Who in the hell calls themselves the Meatball? Isn't that what you're trying not to? Wouldn't that be like? I don't know. She was. The thing is that the other woman, Sterlenko, when she was getting in the ring, like all her people were really excited about her going in. They were all hugging her, like, man, you've trained. You're like on top of your game, right? They were like, you're on top. They acted like when she was getting in the ring, like super confident. Like we ever go to the racetrack and you see the owners, they're all partying, having a good time or whatever. Those are my guys, not the ones that are like dead serious, that are afraid of what's going to happen. My wife had a try at the Breeders' Cup that was like, we were able to redo the flooring in our whole house in Chicago from one of those. Meatball Molly.
I don't know how you come up with this stuff, man.
The arm bar, man, that was a great arm bar. She got her around like with she squoze her legs, like it was a good one, man. Anyways, the crowd here likes the Reds. The dog pound pick. We go to the next game. Astros Rangers. You know who Jay likes. Starts with an A, ends with the Astros. Chris, what do you got?
Oh man, this is the toughest game on the board for me.
I think it is. I think this is one of the toughest games on the board. I'm with you.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with the over here. Gonna lean towards Houston, but I go with the over. I just think the runs are gonna be scored in this game. These are two of the hotter offenses in baseball coming into this one. The Rangers, finally broke through against the Dodgers. We know what they're capable of, especially against a guy like Brandon Bielak. He's probably the fringe starter in this Astros rotation. But I think the Astros could get some off of John Gray too. I think the bullpen's definitely going to factor in here. So over 9 for me, lean towards Houston.
I'm taking the Rangers. Short, sweet, simple. Here's why. The Astros, yes, they're playing really good baseball right now coming out of the break, but let's call a spade a spade. Who the hell have they played? Nobody. They played the A's, the Rockies, and the Angels. Whoop-dee-can-do. Who have the Rangers played? The hottest team coming out of the break. They've played 3 first-place teams. The Guardians, sweep. Rays, sweep. Then they finally, cooled off a little bit, lost 2 of 3 to the Dodgers, who are, like I said, in that entire series, probably the one team that, when they come to Texas, can compete with Texas. Because they love playing in Texas. Hell, they won their World Series here 2 years ago. And the Dodgers are playing extremely great baseball. So I'm not taking too much from that series. We got John Gray on the mound. I was in attendance for his last game against the Tampa Bay Rays before he got injured. He looked good. And I think we see him look good again today. I think the Astros are going to struggle against a real team, a real offense today. Like I said, the A's, they put up a few runs against them. The games weren't just runaways from the Astros. I think the Rangers take first game of this series. I'm going to take them on the money line.
I got to say, man, I don't like John Gray too much.
He's been hot. He's been good this year. Yeah.
Well, it's anytime the guys get out of Colorado, they usually pitch better than what their numbers were there. I don't know, man. It's a lean to the Astros at best in this thing because same thing. The Rangers had all those home games. Now they go on the road. Plus, pretty emotional series there against the Dodgers. Now you got to get right back up again. I'm going to guess the crowds were big in Texas for those games. Real big.
They were low key like 60-40 Dodgers.
Yep, I saw a lot of Dodgers. There was a lot of Cardinals fans in that Cubs game yesterday too. I wore my Cubs suck shirt. I'm gonna do that next time I take the Cubs. From now on, I'm gonna do that. Like Jordan Montgomery. It was like, how bad are the freaking Cardinals, man? That game's coming up. So we'll have a chance to talk about just how crappy the St. Louis Cardinals are.
They with me on this one.
My accountant's calling me. I'll have to call him back after the show.
Are you aware how much money you dumped on the Twins today?
Normally it's like I owe estimators or something.
Oh.
Hopefully it's not what I think it is. What'd the poll say about this Astros Rangers thing?
68% Rangers, 31% Astros. I forgot to mention my guy Seager will not be playing today. I think he's still
injured.
Yeah, he's still on a 10-day IL. So I think we'll be fine though.
I like these polls. We got to figure out how you show them on the screen. That'll be my homework for tonight. I bet you it's something super easy. I could ask my group. I'm in a group. Also, when we get our producer.
Seager not playing and Garcia could be out. He's day-to-day.
And Carlos Rea in for the Brewers.
Carlos in.
I do miss the Bittler Bittler pronunciations. I didn't listen to him on the show yesterday, but he has these creative athlete pronunciations by Brian Bittler. It's usually starting pitchers.
Yeah.
It's like he hates Kikuchi's guts.
And then you get the one that it's just like, I don't even know how to pronounce his name, so I'm just going to go with the first name on this one.
It's like Castillo.
My buddy Carlos.
Castillo.
Castillo.
All right. D-backs against the Cardinals. Jay, it's tough times in St. Louis to have not had a losing season since 2007. I got changed.
Guys, so on this poll, there's currently no line, so I'm just gonna put the team.
You could just put the team.
Yeah, I'm just put the team. Me, I'm rolling with. I know they're struggling right now, man. My Diamondbacks, after I proclaimed them as my third team, they've now lost 4 straight since I've done that. But I'm gonna hop back on them because what they do is go stupid, dummy, crazy in the first game of series. Like, I don't know what's up with them, but they just love winning that first game of series. They dropped the last one to the Reds, but I think this is a bounce back spot for them at home, back where they're comfortable. We've now seen the Cardinals, who are pressing coming out of the All-Star break, drop 3 in a row to the Cubs on the road. And I think they're back to that same Cardinals team they've been all year, just disappointing. Bounce back spot for the Diamondbacks today. I'm going to take them money line over the Cardinals. I'm not sure what the line will be, but I do think the Diamondbacks win this game today.
I'm going to rescind my Rangers pick. The poll's closed. Sorry. Poll's closed. That's it. I'm taking
Ryan the Diamondbacks.
I'm on the Diamondbacks in this. I'm just going to continue to fade the Cardinals. And I think like everything that we saw is exactly what we talked about on yesterday's show. Everything that happened good for the Cardinals and putting wins together. All it takes is 2 or 3 losses, and they're right back to where they were. And this is really bad. I would still rather be the Cardinals than the Mets or the Padres, who are done now. Right? These teams are done. But it doesn't mean that they're in any kind of better shape than those teams. It just means they don't have the payroll that those teams have. Can you imagine the fire sale that's about to happen in San Diego? I don't know if it's going to happen at the trade deadline. Normally they do it after the season. But I could see it happening at the trade deadline. I'm telling you, Blake Snell is going to be the first guy gone. I would think that Chris's guy Musgrove is the last man standing. And I think Manny Machado also gets traded. And I think there'll be some other guys that go as well. I think they just signed Xander Bogaerts, so he'll still be there. But I'm going to guess that Manny goes. I'm going to guess there's going to be some big names that go. Big stuff. Gonna try and get Mackenzie Gore back for Soto. They'll be like, can you believe it? We can't do that. He invented the internet. Chris, taking the Cardinals here. Adam Wainwright. Here's a guy that could have hung it up last year.
And probably should have. But no, absolutely not. I'm going with the Diamondbacks here as well. Jay talked about how the Diamondbacks like to play the first game of the series. You know, the Cardinals hate to play the first game of the series. I think they're like 7-24 in game 1 of a series this season.
I like that, Chris.
They've been one of the worst teams to start a series this entire year. And when you start a guy like Adam Wainwright, who's got an ERA up over 19 in his last 3 starts, I think the Diamondbacks tee off. This would have been a premium for me had there been a line out. So give me the Arizona Diamondbacks in this one.
Well, this is our most one-sided poll of the day so far. 85% on the D-backs.
I'm there with them, though. I don't care.
85%.
Wayne, no, you didn't. Oh, man. So we got a team that's probably the best in the first game of the series going up against the worst. I like it. Need that line to drop.
All right.
We were talking about that before the show. Why do you think the line is not out yet for this game?
Well, the starting pitcher for Diamondbacks, but the same thing. The Nationals haven't named a starting pitcher, but it is Corbin. Normally they wait if there's no starting pitcher, but it's like it's just baseball does that. They've always done that, and after the trade deadline, it's going to be even worse because they start bringing these guys up from the minors. There's the two times where it gets even worse in baseball. After the trade deadline and then the roster extension when they bring up all those guys from the minor leagues and they let them come in, it's like we don't even know who these guys are. You just got to start doing your homework, except on Saturdays and Sundays when nobody realizes baseball is even being played. I'm telling you, they could have the Winter Olympics right across the street from my house. I wouldn't even know it. I wouldn't know it. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. I know we're not done with the show, but I just want to say that. It's fun having more people watching. I noticed that the crowds are picking up here, and we're not even hitting football season yet, but we appreciate all of you guys. It's hard, you know. We never talk about how much work we do. We let the other guys do that. Oh, this was really hard and it's a lot of work. I got to say, some days are easier than others, but it's always easier when we have all you guys with us. Our whole Pick Dogs family makes it a lot easier. It's a lot more fun because, believe me, sitting here with Chris Ruffolo, it's not necessarily a treat. That's why he has that's why there's the she shed over at the Ruffolo house.
Your cookies have been revoked.
Believe me, she's like, damn right, I got a she shed.
It's a joke, D-Money. There's no Kyle Nelson. Yeah, come on.
I see Kyle Nelson.
It is. I see Kyle Nelson's a reliever.
Action Network. Although then I really don't believe it. Those guys know nothing about sports. That's the problem. We have $1 zillion to market our product, but we know nothing. We know absolutely nothing about sports. We're going to onboard you onto the app. Anyone ever hears me talking about onboarding you guys to Pick Dogs, man, just tell me to shut up. I thought that was the most when they started talking about that stuff, when they released their app, how they're going to onboard people. I was just like, I mean, are you guys freaking robots or what? See, them we could trash talk. The other guys, Sauce, nah. It's like we can argue and not get along. I mean, you should see some of the text I have with Sauce. It's like, you know, we're like family. You know, we're like brothers. We fight. You know, but with these other guys, like I just have zero respect for them because it's just some corporation throwing out some app. How not cool is it? It's like it's like you know when they have when you have like the new catchphrase, like the really cool thing, and then all of a sudden it's like your mom starts saying it. That's like what the Action Network is for sports betting. It's like how not. Oh, I track my people send me that, man, all the time. Here's my stuff. I track all my stuff on the Action Network app. I said, well, you send me that. I don't even consider you. Even if you win the contest, I ain't letting you in. I do say it too, man. So even if you win the contest, no way. Jay's like, I track my stuff.
I'm over here looking at this contract that just got offered in soccer, and oh my god!
Oh, then Mbappe.
They just offered Mbappe a 1-year, $1 billion deal.
That's what happens when you have money to burn.
Saudi Arabia. The transfer fee would be $332 to PSG, and he would receive $776 million for 1 year.
Does Ron ever come on the show? He actually used to be on the show, in the morning sometimes, we could have him on. He would come on. I think he would come on with us. But he's definitely on the weekends. On Saturdays and Sundays, he's usually on both days. But he would come on if we asked him to. I'm sure he would. I think with this group, he would come on. Anyways, go ahead, Jay. Mbappe, billion.
Yeah, that's just crazy to me. Like,
I think I read that he's not going to take it because he wants to go to Real Madrid next year. But for the payday, if he wants to, I think it's stupid if he doesn't. But if it's a 1-year contract, he can go the next year anyways.
Yep, that's crazy. Shit.
Bring on Ron. Where's Rod? Rod is in the premium picks. What happened to Rod Zawacki? He's not on the show anymore. That's simple. No?
Padres -1.5.
I should have been kicking balls as a kid.
For real, I should have been too, man. Shit.
I'm telling you, if I ever had a kid, man, I would teach him how to play second base, switch hit, average glove.
Yep.
15 years in the majors. Royce Molly. It's worth about $11 million a year. Good enough. Rod's not MIA. We know where he is. He was on the show yesterday. He's around. He's got his premium picks out there. He's also on the drive-thru. We'll just mix it up. We've had different crews on. Chris, how many different crews have we had on this show?
Oh, jeez. This is something I can't Google, but this is like
10, 15? We've changed it?
At least, yeah, probably.
We had Ann on. We had, with us, we had
Bitler.
We had Joe Madden. We had Ron used to be on, right? We got a lot of different crews, man. I like this crew. I'm having fun.
Yeah.
This is the most fun I've had in years, to be honest with you. I think we're out of the stats and into the discussion, and that's what I like. We talk more about sports on this show and actually discuss the games more than we ever have. I think we have 3 people here that actually know the games, understand, watch the games and stuff more than anyone that we've ever had on the show. I think like Brian Bitler's a great handicapper, but when it comes to like identifying the games, the athletes, the angles, and all that other stuff, not his strong point. He's more of a money line watcher guy. Joe Madden, she was super pleasant to work with, always in a good mood. She was like one of those people that was just always in a good mood. She's like the type of person, like, the waiter goes over to the table and says, "Oh, can I start you guys off with some guacamole?" Sure. She's like that person. It's like whatever they recommend. And the cheese sticks, sure. Right? It's like super pleasant. But, not what you guys wanted. Anyways. Ant's not terrible.
Hey, that last comment, fair.
It's more than fair.
Ann was terrible. Wow. That's cool. I don't know, man. To each their own. I don't. I just always like to try different people, different things to see who you guys resonate with. But I think with this group, I think we actually can take it next level. I think we got a good group here. And I think if I stepped out and put Ron in, I think it could do the same thing. Not saying that's going to happen. Just saying we could. Anyways. Padres, it's my game. There's actually a pick here. Wow, I hate this one. So the weird thing is I don't edit my own videos on the regular videos. I do the parlay video. I do my 7 free picks. And then I do some, but most of the stuff at this point, I have to outsource it because we just have too much stuff to cover. So the guy who edits my videos, he's not necessarily, his English isn't always that great. And he doesn't really follow the games. He's just an editor, right? So it's not necessarily a sports fan. So I said Padres, and he put up the Pirates logo. So I think maybe he's onto something. I'm going to take the Pirates. It's like, but he wrote the word Padres, but put the Pirates logo. It's like, so people in the comments are like, new logo for the Padres or whatever. You know what? It is a new logo. I'm taking the Pirates.
Well, I'm going to stick with the original one. I'm going to go with the Padres here on the run line. I'm not rushing to bet this thing, but I just can't trust Quinn Priester just yet. Didn't have a great debut.
This guy's supposed to be the second coming of George Kirby.
Well, George Kirby didn't get it together right out of the gate either.
He doesn't like you either.
I know he does. he actually sent me some fan mail saying, "Hey, keep my name out your mouth."
Next time you go to mention my name, don't.
I think Quinn Priest will be fine, but I just don't like this spot for him. I just don't trust him to match zeros with you, Darvish, here. Darvish pitched a lot better at home. I just trust the Padres lineup against a righty more than I do the Pirates right now. So not one I'm rushing to bet, but I'll go with the Padres on the red line here.
We should do the poll. Like, name six websites Mitch isn't allowed to mention on the show.
Well, you only get one vote.
I'm with you on this one, Chris. Man, I don't want to lay the run line with the Padres, but I think it's the only way to go in this game. Quinn did not look good game one, but in that same breath, the Pirates are 3-0 against the Padres this year. So it's like, what's it going to give? I told y'all, and I say it almost every time we see this Padres team, it's just not a team I like backing. They have the talent. We all know that. They have the talent. They have the lineup. Could have come together today and they cranked this young guy, of course. But in that same breath, I could also see the Padres up 5-2, and they give up a bomb in the end and win the game 5-4. I don't want to lay negative run line with the Padres, even though I do lean in that direction. I'm sorry.
So what are you taking?
I'm taking the Padres, man. Damn.
So after all that, the answer is that was like one of my explanations. It's like, I don't know what happened, but I think I'm going bass fishing tomorrow. It's like that really was one of those. Like, Rod does that to you. It's like, what the hell did he just say? So he can start talking too fast. All right.
Who'd you take? Oh, you took the Pirates?
I took the Pirates only because I said Padres in my video, and my editor put the wrong logo.
He's trying to send you a sign.
Yes, any kind of sign. It's like, what's that movie, The Man with Two Brains? Just send me a sign, any kind of sign. No.
The poll is on Padres run line too.
So we got the Blue Jays at the Dodgers to wind it all up. The Blue Jays got some calls that went their way yesterday in Seattle and made it work. Happens. It's all part of the game these days. But Michael Grove on the bump today against Barrios. Chris, we know you're not quite the homer that Jay is, but you get that. You're sneaky homer. You're a sneaky homer.
I have a tendency to be a sneaky homer. That's true. Got to switch up that graphic. I'm gonna go with the over here. I know Jose Barrios has definitely pitched better on the road, but we know what Barrios is. This is a guy that at one point earlier this season had an ERA closer to 6 on the road this season. He does have an ERA under 4 on the road, but I still think none of those games came against the Dodgers, and the Dodgers still averaging closer to 8 runs per game since the All-Star break. On the other side, Michael Grove, he's pitched well. He's given up 1 run in each of his last 2 starts, but he's still got a 6.60 ERA. I think the Jays can get to him here. I think this game flies over the total. I'd maybe look at an extended total here, over 11.5 here. So give me the over. Blue Jays, Dodgers.
We did hit that over 15.5 in the Rangers game the other day. I guess we're having some butting of heads in the comments. Normally when I see comments like that, I immediately think you guys are talking about me. But be nice to one another. We're all just one big happy family. We fight like family. And things are only going to get bigger. We got football around the corner, man. We used to do 1,500 people watching at a time, and I think that we're headed back in that direction. So there'll be a lot of people that we don't know. So pick on them instead. Pick on the new guy. It's like YouTube comments 101. See a name you don't recognize? That's maybe you'll get some backing. Jay, got your Jays hat on.
I switched the hat, man. You see, I switched it. I'm on the Jays today, man, with Barrios. Let's look at Barrios' last 3 games, man. They've been solid. On the road against Chicago, really good, man. 7 innings. This was his last road game. 7 innings, 1 hit, 0 runs, 0 earned. God damn, Barrios. Game after that, both were at home. 5 innings, 7 hits, 1 earned against Arizona, which was a win. And then he lost his last start against San Diego, but it was still a good start. 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned. They lost 2-0. He just didn't get backed up in that game. The Dodgers lineup, man, I just witnessed it firsthand. They look good here in Texas, man. This offense is rolling, but I worry about Michael Grove in this spot, man. I think Barrios is the better starter. The Dodgers been on the road a ton. Now they're back at home. I think we see Grove struggle. I do. When we go look at him, he's been dealing too. Looked good against Baltimore in the last one, but that was a high-scoring game against L.A. His offense backed him up. He went 6 innings, gave up 4 hits, 4 earned. But I don't know, man. This Jays lineup, they can do damage when they want to, and I think this is probably a spot where we see them do that, man. I'm gonna take the Jays with the plus money. Last game of the day. I know they're on the road, man, but I'm gonna trust Barrios and the guys today, man. Give me the Jays money line.
82% in the dog pound like the Dodgers. I'm going to go with the over. I'm with Ruffolo in this one, and I'm going to go extended over. I just think both these pitchers get absolutely hammered. Jay mentioned some of the teams that Barrios did well against. It's not like going to Dodger Stadium. These guys are hitting the cover off the ball. You saw it in Texas, and getting back home. This is where they've been unbelievable this season. This is where they've been strongest. So I'm just going to take the over. I hate Michael Grove too, so I can't really get all that far with it. Interesting question here in the comments as well that I actually think we could address. This would be fun. So if you got to pick one team right now for the Super Bowl, who would you take?
This is tough.
Are you going, Chris? You go first.
Oh man, are we going for value or just who we think is gonna? I got to go with the Kansas City Chiefs. To me, it's just simply to be the man, you got to beat the man. This team just keeps stepping it up and just delivering on a game by game basis. So for my money right now, off the top of my head, I would say the Chiefs.
Guys, put yours in the comment who you would like. Jay, Cowboys.
So this is how I break it down. I think the AFC is tough. I think it's a 3-team horse in the AFC, but I would go with the Cincinnati Bengals to make it out of the AFC. And then the NFC, I think it's a 3-team race as well, with the 2 teams being Eagles, Philly, Eagles, Dallas, and San Fran. With that being said, man, I'm going with Dallas in there, man. I'm sorry, it is what it is, but I really think we have a legitimate shot. I think defensively we're sound, offensively we're sound. If Dak cuts down on them turnovers, our biggest competition is our division rival who cannot beat us. I think it's going to be between Eagles and Cowboys. And if you want to tell me Eagles, I ain't mad at you, but I'm on the side of the Cowboys, man. Until you can beat the man, I ain't beat a man. I'm going with the boys out of the NFC.
All right, Mitch. Well, Jay just burned his $100. What do you think?
I'm taking the Bengals. I think that they've been so close the last 2 years to winning it all. Bad call in the Super Bowl, last second call. Last year, out of bounds, late hit, deciding it. I think this is their year. They've been there. They've been to the mountain. If not now, then when? Because you're not going to be able to hold it together with those 2 wide receivers and that quarterback and that team forever. I just think that I think the Bengals are the team to beat. I'd love to sit here and say Dolphins, but that ain't going to happen. The Bengals have just been they're so close. It'd be fitting for them to do it, but we've seen teams go like that and never make it. A lot of people. Bengals, Eagles. See, the Eagles lost both their coordinators. That's always a problem. You laugh at the 49ers, and your response is a team that lost to them 3 times last year.
You said if the Bengals Cowboys play, I'm putting the house on the Bengals. I mean, I ain't mad at you for that take. I love the Bengals. They're my second team in the NFL. But we beat them with Cooper Rush last year. You know, that did happen. I think many forget that happened too. It happened.
I love that it's like we're in the dog days of summer, pennant chase, a week away from the trade deadline in baseball. We put up one football question, like the most generic question, the question I get asked at every party I ever go to, and it's like all of a sudden it's like everybody's all in. You know, it's like I love it, man. I love it.
It's like you just had a pool of gas and you just threw a match into it.
Fair enough, man. I can't wait, y'all. It's on the horizon, man. We're all gonna be arguing and
next Thursday it kicks off. I can't believe the Lions and the Chiefs are the opening game, though. Remember last year it was Bills and the Rams. The Bills went in there, just busted them up on Thursday night. Remember that?
I think that's the Chiefs Lions. I think that's the game.
But did it ever not used to be like the Super Bowl rematch was the opening game?
I think they did that for a while too, yeah. 2 years ago, it was Dallas, Tampa that opened it up. And then the year before that was it a Super Bowl rematch?
It's not always a Super Bowl rematch. It's usually it's always the defending Super Bowl team. It's not a Super Bowl rematch, though.
I was going to say they got 17 games and they could flex in that extra game to be a Super Bowl rematch.
My favorite one was in '86. The Giants were the defending champs. They played the Bears in the opener, and I mean that was the year the Bears won the Super Bowl. It was like the '86 Bears. It's like they just beat the crap out of them. It was like, oh man, they just pummeled them. That 46 defense. It's like Wilbur Marshall, Mike Singletary, Richard Dent. Crushed them. Anyways, parlay time. We've got a new thing. So in the actual comments, once the video is posted, you'll pick Chris, Jay, or myself who you think is going to hit their parlay. If you're out of the correct group, we'll pick one winner. They'll win a Pick Dogs hat or shirt, and for today will be it. And then if none of us hit our parlay, we'll just pick one of the person that did one of the picks, and we'll do it. And then the mailing will probably be once a week, so you won't get it right away. You don't have to email me every day. Where's my hat? Where's my shirt? Or whatever. So they'll go. We have a variety of different shirts and hats, and I'll have to on the next show. I'll show it. I don't like to sit here and show off clothes on the show, but we have a variety of different ones. We have not all sizes in all shirts and colors in all shirts. We got to clear these out first, and then I will buy new ones. I promise. Anyways, Chris, what's it going to be?
All right, for me today, for my parlay, I'm going to go with the Twins on the money line, Nationals on the money line, and the Diamondbacks on the money line.
Give me Brew Crew, Phillies, and we'll go Mariners.
I'm going the over in the Dodgers Blue Jays. Definitely on top. I'm going to go with the San Francisco Giants against the Tigers and Scooble. And so Scoobled, man. So Scoobled. And I'll take I'll go with the Phillies. $10 pays $81.17. So mine is the over in the Blue Jays Dodgers, the Giants, and the Phillies. You're so Scoobled, Ruffolo. You are, man.
I put a little poll in there just to get a little test of what they think.
So put those in the regular YouTube comments, so this way we can easily go back. If you put it in the comments of this in the live chat, it's impossible to go back and get them.
So yeah, when the video's posted, once it's finished, put it in the actual comments of the video.
Yeah. So I understand like a neither selection. I think that this is just. I just want to get a contest out there. I think this is just step one. I think we're gonna have a different contest when all is said and done. Probably like, which team do you think is gonna score the most runs, or which team is gonna allow the most runs, or we'll have something like that, and then you could go against Google all day. Anyways, we did it. It only took us an hour and 24 minutes and 53 seconds. Thanks everyone for joining us. Make it a winning day. Appreciate everybody that tunes in. Like I said before, we appreciate you guys. It makes it easier for us. I think that, like I always say, if you guys have suggestions, please let us know. Things like sometimes we get lazy with the timestamps. Sometimes the graphics are off or whatever. You want to see different graphics, or you don't want to see Ruffolo on here or whatever. We can't like do every request that you say, but we'll do the best especially if it's something that we think helps the community. But anyways, let us know as always, and we're just you guys. So, and most people that know, like I said, if you're going to the fight, send me a message. We'll hook up beforehand.
Later. I'll put parlays in the comments as well, so you can see everybody's what their parlay was. So let's make some money today.